Hey, it's Zave. The tides are shifting indeed. I don't watch a lot of Gacha content creators. I prefer to see what the fans and players think by browsing forums, reading comments, and checking social media. With that being said, I've seen some interesting takes lately regarding the upcoming updates for Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. People who are usually pretty critical of Zenless are saying that the new update looks like a banger, and people who are usually pretty lenient on Wuwa are saying that the new update looks mediocre as hell. But what makes things even more interesting is the fact that both of these updates are being loved and criticized for very different reasons. So let's take a look at the Wuwa update first. So this update drops in about a week from the time of this recording, and it's called Dawn Breaks on Dark Tides. This update is going to bring us two new main quests, which will introduce Gabrina to the story, and an after story, which will be featuring Chi-Wan. We're also going to be getting a brand new echo set that is tailored towards Gabrina to farmers. A brand new hologram is also coming, which is the part that excites me the most. The best content in Wuthering Waves, in my opinion, is the hologram fights. There's nothing but you and the boss, no modifiers, upgrades, or augments, just you, your op, and 5 minutes. I feel like that's the best place that showcases Wuwa's strengths, which is its combat and gameplay. A bunch of quality of life and performance optimizations are coming as well, which I'm actually pretty happy about. I think people underestimate how important quality of life and ease of use are in video games. I'll always give bonus points when game devs are able to recognize small things and provide fixes. Of course, the two new characters, Gabrina and Chi-Wan, will be available throughout this version. Both characters look amazing design-wise and animation-wise. Gabrina brings heavy Devil May Cry and Bayonetta influence with her animations, while Chi-Wan channels all of the Chinese martial arts tropes, being a drinking, wandering swordsman who gets his own personal letterbox effect, runs on bamboo, and his slash effects look like ink strokes. Masterful character design, and I will be turning him into a main DPS, I swear on it. In terms of events, we're getting a vampire survivor type of minigame where you survive against waves of enemies and collect buffs to further enhance your character. We're also going to be getting a combat photography event. Basically, we fight some enemies and try to get the most cinematic screenshots we can using the in-game camera, and some login rewards. That's about it, and it sounds pretty light, but honestly, I'll give this patch like an 8 out of 10. However, the community feels very different. There's a fair amount of people who are really missing the combat events, and I get it. We haven't had one in a while. I really missed a virtual crisis event where we could fight multiple bosses at once, or the Banners Never Fall event where we farm enemies to build up buffs and then face a heavily modified boss to take control of a section of the map. I have a bit of a nuanced take here. See, I agree. I would have also loved to see another full-fledged combat event, but let's not act like we're not getting anything in this patch. I could understand if maybe we just got like a little story quest or just a character quest and that's it, but we're getting 3 full quests, a new hologram, and 2 leisure events. Plus, we're wrapping up the Septimont story and we're getting ready to return to the Jinzhou, which is where we're going to be getting Scar's return, and I think we're going to be meeting Chisa there. There's a lot to look forward to and a lot that's going to be happening in this patch. Now, I'll eat these words if the next major patch also doesn't have a combat event, but as of right now, it's more of a minor disappointment than anything. Could they have rerun an older combat event? Sure, I think that's valid to point out. Is the lack of a combat event sinking the patch? Not really. I know and agree that the go play other games argument is also very popular here, but I think it's a weak attempt to dismiss any criticism. However, I'm just saying, the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy collab just came out and it's very fun and difficult. Warframe got an update dropping in a few days, Duet Night Abyss drops in a week, Chaos Zero Nightmare comes out this month, Daredevil's about to join Marvel Rivals. Like, as gamers, we have a lot to do. So here's my advice. Do your story quest, complete the new difficulty 6 hologram, knock out the leisure events, explore any new areas we get or any that you've missed, and then just go hop on another game. Trust me, I'll be singing a different tune if we don't get a combat event in the next major patch, but as of right now, I think things are fine. With that being said, let's move over to Zenless Zone Zero. If you've seen my most popular video, you know that I no longer have Zenless on my PC, but I also said I really like Lucia's animations, and I may re-download just to have her on my account. With that being said, let's look at this new update. It's titled, Memories of Dreams Bygone. a cute name. We're getting a story quest and a character quest. From the promo art, it seems like Yidhari is going to play a big role in the main quest while Lucia is the focus of the character quest. We're also going to be getting some skins. Vivian is getting a swimsuit skin, and if you do 180 pulls, you can get it for free, so that's cool. It sucks that it's on Vivian though. I'm still sending Hoyo emails asking for a Zuyon One Piece lifeguard swimsuit. Minato is also getting a skin, and it's a recolor. These cowards won't give us a shirtless, oiled up beach Minato, and I think I just have to accept that. But whatever. It's labeled as a limited time gift, so I'm assuming that it's going to be free, so that's always a W. Silver Soldier Anbi is also going to be getting a buff / rework, which is exciting because she has a really fun playstyle. Anbi is also one of my favorite characters personality wise, so it's exciting to see her getting some love from the devs. Let's talk about Lucia and Yidhari. As I said in my other video, I really do hate these designs. They're just a copy paste of other characters' clothing pieces, which really sucks because both of these characters had huge potential. Lucia has super unique animations and a cool theme of being a traditional fantasy elf, mage, summoner type of character, but in a modern setting. If they had given her an outfit that shows off more of that concept, I think it would have helped with her overall design. There are games that do the modern mage look really well, but for Lucia, they just threw on some shorts and a weak ass hood and called it a day. As for Yidhari, I'm also very disappointed. The cool thing about Thyrans as a concept is that the amount of animal and human can vary. Lycon has a lot more wolf to him than someone like Minato. Jane has almost no mouse-like features besides her tail, while Pulchra is a full-on furry. I was hoping that with something as cool as an octopus Thyran, they would get freaky with the design. Maybe make her legs or her arms tentacles, or have her tentacles act as additional arms, anything that would have been cool or unique. But no, she's just a regular woman with some tentacles sticking out of her lower back. Her moveset is also pretty uninteresting. Like, it's cool that she has Monster Hunter-esque animations, but at least with Ellen, she had small shark-like aspects in her kit. Ellen's roaming mode looks like a shark in the water circling its prey, and her attacks are reminiscent of shark bites. Yidhari just does stripper moves on a hammer. Now, if Hoyo had the balls to make her an actual dancer in lore, and that's why she does the pole dancing moves in her animations, I will eat my words, because that would actually be really unique. But as of right now, the character really just doesn't have much going on. And finally, we have a few events. Seems like one combat or gameplay event, and then a couple leisure events, and some login events. Honestly, this patch gets a strong 7 out of 10 for me. Despite not being too fond of the characters, everything else going on looks promising. I've heard that the story since 2.2 has also really picked up, and Zenless usually doesn't do too bad when it comes to character focused quests, so I'm overall pretty content with what we're getting. The biggest criticism I've seen is the opposite of Wuthering Waves criticism. While Wuwa fans are excited about the new characters but cautious of the new content, Zenless fans are excited about the new content but have some gripes with the new characters. I've seen a lot of criticism over their reused outfits, or the fact that these random characters took S-rank spots from existing characters who deserve it more. Minato and Isolde should have been S-rank units. Or criticism of the fact that the meta is clearly shifting from Anomaly to Rupture, even though they've been shilling Anomaly so hard lately, and kind of just leaving the attack hyper carry gameplay style in the dust. Although I've heard that Orphe is supposed to remedy that, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't gotten a chance to look into her. With all the new content and criticism in mind, which update is better? I think it's pretty obvious. It's Wuthering Waves. In all seriousness, both updates seem to bring a lot to the table, so at the end of the day, it's more so about what you're looking for as a player. If you're more invested in the narrative, then the Wuwa update probably has got you pretty excited. Combine that with how amazing Gabrina and Kyuan look, and there's quite a bit for you to look forward to. Shifting gears, if you're excited to dive into the new Rupture meta, or collect some new wives, or just see how Lucia and Yidhari will affect the story, then I'm sure you're pumped for Zenless's update. Either way, I feel like both fan bases are eating pretty good this time around, but let me know what you think of these updates and how you would change or improve them. Alright, I'm heading out. Have yourself a damn good one.